2025, the Boeing 747, once the undisputed icon of long-haul travel, is becoming an increasingly rare sight at airports worldwide. Yet against all odds, a handful of airlines continue to operate this legendary Queen of the Skies. So, what do Lufthansa, Korean Air, Air China, Rossiya, Max Air, and Mahan Air all have in common? They're keeping the 747 alive for passenger service. Lufthansa fields the largest passenger fleet of 747s anywhere, flying both 408 variants to major global hubs from Frankfurt. Korean Air still sends its sleek 747-8s across the Pacific, including the eye-catching Seoul-Atlanta route. Air China operates both -400 and -8 models on everything from Beijing-Shanghai shuttles to transpacific services to New York. Even in Russia, Rossiya Airlines uses its 747s to handle heavy demand on long domestic routes. And smaller carriers like Max Air in Nigeria and Iran's Mahan Air occasionally dust off their jumbo jets for high-capacity flights. Beyond passengers, the 747 remains a cargo powerhouse. Atlas Air, UPS Airlines, and Cargolux keep freighter versions in constant motion, while governments, including the US Air Force One program, rely on modified jumbos for VIP missions. But here's where things get interesting. Out of all these operators, one airline has gone further than anyone else in betting its future, at least part of it, on the 747 Lufthansa. While most carriers see the Queen as a relic, Lufthansa sees an asset. In an age dominated by twin-engine efficiency, they're doubling down on a four-engine aircraft born over 50 years ago. Industry executives would call it madness. The numbers suggest it's impossible. And yet, Lufthansa's strategy might be one of the savviest moves in modern aviation. Every time one of their 747s lifts off from Frankfurt, it's more than just another departure. It's either aviation's boldest gamble or its smartest play. Frankfurt's slot constraints offer a clue. One takeoff slot, 400 passengers to New York. A 777 might manage 350 seats at most, but a 747-8 carries 364 in a premium heavy configuration, plus 30 tons of high-yield cargo. That's 100 extra passengers per flight. $36,000 a year on just one route. And these aren't discount fares. Think $8,000 business class tickets, $15,000 for first class. Lufthansa's relationship with the Queen goes back to 1970, when they became the second airline in the world to fly the type. Since then, they've operated nearly every variant, amassing decades of operational expertise and refining maintenance to an art form. While British Airways saw high costs and Qantas found inefficiency, Lufthansa found the perfect aircraft for their hub constraints. Replacing the Queen with smaller aircraft would require more flights. Slots Frankfurt simply doesn't have. Their secret weapon is Lufthansa Technik. They own their 747s outright, maintain them entirely in-house, 3D print parts, and overhaul engines without relying on outside suppliers. While others paid costly leases and struggled with parts shortages, Lufthansa turned maintenance into a profit center, even servicing 747s for cargo operators worldwide. When COVID grounded fleets, they kept theirs flying cargo, generating revenue while competitors lost millions. Inside the latest 747-8, Elegance, Lufthansa's billion-euro luxury upgrade, redefines the experience. First class offers private nose suites, double beds, and 43-inch curved screens, made possible only by the 747's unique design. The rollout spans 2 phases into 2027, meaning some aircraft mix old and new cabins. Yet demand is surging as passengers specifically book to fly these updated Queens. Meanwhile, across desert storage sites in California, Arizona, and Australia, abandoned 747s site idle. Twin jets like the 777, A350, and delayed 777X promise lower fuel burn, easier maintenance, and better emissions compliance. Lufthansa has ordered the 777X, but with delays and cost overruns, their 747-8s equipped with GEnx engines 15% more efficient than earlier models, are slated to fly into the 2030s. That's not a phase-out, it's a long-term commitment. Critics warn that four engines can't stay competitive forever. Environmental rules will tighten, fuel prices fluctuate, and today's margins could disappear. But right now, Lufthansa's formula works: high-capacity aircraft on premium-heavy, slot-restricted routes, backed by total control over maintenance and operations. Maybe this is the Queen's grand finale. Or maybe it's proof that with the right strategy, even obsolete aircraft can thrive. Either way, every Lufthansa 747 flight is history in motion. A rare chance to experience an icon before she's gone for good. So, is Lufthansa brilliant for keeping her in the skies, or simply delaying the inevitable? While the rest of the world moves on, Lufthansa's 747s are still writing their story, one takeoff at a time.